Well, this sucks. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. Excuse my absence. I was a little heartbroken over the weekend. Obviously, the game didn't go as I expected. However, when it came to Michigan and their keys to victory, they did everything they needed to do. I was rewatching some of the game, and Ohio State only had like 3 points going into the second quarter. So then I had to think back to myself, like, oh yeah, it's because Michigan essentially held on to the ball and wasted the whole clock. And I remember like we couldn't finish on drives. I don't know how you guys did 10 years of this shit because going on day number 3 and I'm still pretty heated. Michigan was able to run the ball down our throats and we cannot get a stop. I understand our offense did not play as good as we were supposed to. And a lot of that was credit to Michigan's defensive line and their DNs. Aiden Hutchinson, I didn't know if you're legit. You need to be in the Heisman conversation, if not the leader. Because this year, I don't think either quarterback should really win it. This would be the year the defensive player wins it. So either Aiden Hutchinson or a Georgia defensive player, maybe the big D lineman. And what this game came down to was we literally just could not get a stop. We had like one forced punt in the first half is because Steel Chambers was able to get some pressure. Other than that, I knew right away, guys, I'm watching this game, you know, with my girlfriend, and on the very first drive on defense, after the second play, I turned to her and I said, this is not good. Because you could just see the offensive linemen, how dominant they were against our D-line, and then getting up to the second level. And then a lot of times in the second half, you guys were getting like 4 or 5 yards a carry, like on first downs, and there was just nothing we could do. Like that is 100% why you guys won the game and dominated the way you did. So credit your offensive line and Haskins. Our D line, man, I tell you what, you know, it's full of freshmen who played high school football last year, and there's also a lot of, you know, 4th year guys, 3rd year guys who were supposed to take that next step, but they never did. Haskell Garrett was quiet in that game. Zach Harrison's quiet. Tyreek Smith's quiet. You couldn't get off blocks. And in return, the linebackers couldn't fill the holes. I almost wonder if after 10 years or 8 years in a row, these guys forgot how hard it really is to win this game. Let's not get it twisted. If you look at Ohio State's starting lineup on defense and offense, now the starters on D-line do switch out a lot, but there was a stat that was like, there's only 3 Ohio State players, starters, that are starting in this game for the first time. And people need to learn the difference between an excuse and a fact. Because when I tell you that top programs this year are either down or not as dominant, I'm talking the programs that normally win their conferences every year. Alabama, Clemson, Oklahoma, now Ohio State. All in the same year, we're not going to win our conference. Now, if you're just a hater, you might be like, oh yeah, it's because, you know, you guys, it's the downfall of your programs. No, that's not true. If you look at last year with the draft and everything and the COVID rule, all of our top programs were still losing a crap ton of players left and right. Meanwhile, a lot of the middle range programs to lower end programs, dude, they like returned everybody. So a lot of those programs are very strong from the start just because of how many people they return. So when we look at our defense, right, at safety position, we got Hickman, who I believe is going to be a stud. He will be a first, second round pick when he's done at Ohio State. Bryson Shaw, you had a great interception. That was the play of your whole season. Unfortunately, that was it though. You won't be starting next year when Josh Proctor's back. At linebacker, nobody made plays, man. Cody Simon, this is his first year starting. Steel Chambers was a running back. Although Steel Chambers made a lot of good plays this year at linebacker, you're not a true linebacker. I don't even know where Mitchell was. I didn't hear his name all game. Eichenberg, man, he's slow. I think next year you should see a lot of Court Williams in there. You're going to see a lot of these 5-stars who got to Ohio State early, and next year they're going to get a lot of playing time too. And you'll finally be able to see how they developed. And even when you look at our D-line with JT Tiamalu, the guy was playing high school football last year. I'm excited to see how these young guys develop and learn from this experience. There's nothing that cleanses your soul like an ass kicking. Everything I just said, my excuse for all these programs kind of suffering this year, that's just my own opinion. So I don't need anybody in the comments saying, oh, excuses. No, I'm just stating facts. I'm not taking away from what Michigan did. Michigan did an awesome job. I think the bottom line is it's hard to win games when you can't get a stop. And that's what it came down to. Michigan was tired of getting their ass kicked. So the more experienced, more physical team won the game, and it's really not that crazy. I don't know. That's all I got for you guys. This is just some of my thoughts from the game. I definitely don't think this is going to be the new norm or anything like that. Because Michigan's going to have to prove it. They're going to have to keep proving it over and over. And we'll see what they can do. I don't know. I'm out of here. I'll catch you guys later.